It's 7 o'clock in the morning. Do you know where your fancy pants are? Let's go wake up the boys. First day of school. Hello, babies.
Hi, Daddy.
Good morning, Griffin.
Don't do that.
Can you say good morning, Daddy? I love you. Grayson, good morning, Daddy. I love you.
I love you.
I knew you did. Are you guys so excited for your first day of school ever?
Not ever. Out of here.
Hi,
Daddy, I got this.
I know. You gonna bring that to school and shiv some kids?
How would I shoot some kids with?
Shiv! For God's sake!
Weird.
Very first prayer.
Get out of here.
Why is that there?
I was cutting it with that knife.
You, you're cutting the prayer book with your knife.
Yeah, to see how sharp it was. It's Grayson's knife.
Tuna? Oh, I'll make coffee.
I also got another knife.
You? Time to make the pee-pee. Then the coffee. Everybody pees. Now it's time to make the coffee. I'm too tired. It's the boys' first day. Hang on. We don't normally get up this early, but it's the boys' first day of school, so. Did I mention I'm gonna make coffee? It's blueberry coffee. Is that bagel so good? Do you love it? I think you got a little bagel on your lip. You shut it, Stella. Those are some slick shoes you got on. You're gonna be styling for second grade. Styling and profiling. What do you think of that? Are you gonna miss your daddy today? Oh, Grayson, your waffles are ready! You mess with my coffee, Tuna, we're gonna have some problems. What do you see out there? Is there any snakes out there, Billy? Who's ready for school on school action?
Who's ready for a seal on seal action? Dude was like that, that was like ah. Dude was like that, that was like ah.
Are you so excited, Grayson?
Yep.
Are you so excited, Beastie?
No.
No, I know. I love you. Always remember your daddy loves you, and you'll get through the day. And when you come home, and when you get out of school, I'll see you after you get out of
Can
school.
I hold this?
Mommy! Are you gonna miss your daddy?
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss you. You're gonna have a fun day, and you're gonna meet new friends, and you're gonna go outside and play, and you're gonna color a picture, and you're gonna bring it home,
we do.
and you're gonna
It's
show
fun.
it for me.
We
To
do.
me.
I think we do get art class maybe.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. I don't know.
I get a really cool science class.
I don't know if you'll have it today or not, though. Today is probably going to be, you'll go into school, sit in the auditorium, and the principal will come out, Mr. Rule, Danny Rule, and he'll tell you all about
Besides, we're gonna wait in
going
the...
to Darrington and how it's a school for innovation.
Cover the camera with one of your hands. Open it.
Oh,
It's a seal. Yeah, Moose.
Stop eating bagels, Moose.
I love you so much, Moose. Are your dreams fulfilled, Moose?
You might as well get it all out right now, because you can't talk like that in school. Did you have any milk?
Oh, shit. I didn't sleep at all last night.
Really?
Literally, I did not fall asleep.
Literally?
once. I fell asleep then when I woke up, Mommy, we were sleeping with Mommy when I woke up. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, you know what happened when I woke up?
What?
I was all alone.
That's the nice tail spot. Right there.
Oh. He shrugged his shoulders when I asked him if he put deodorant on.
Yes or no?
Oh, every day at Deerington, we did this daily race where, like, when we were at kindergarten, there was the recess. Okay. We were at recess, and every day they would call us to a big field next to the playground, and then they would say, "On your mark, get set, go." And then we would have to go all, and then we would have to high five the person on the other side, then come all the way back and high five that person. And
Is that called a relay race?
what's that?
It's where you run to one side and you give somebody a high five, and then they run all the way back and give someone a high five, and then they run across and they give somebody a high five, and then you run back, and then... Alright, go brush your teeth.
And you gotta get the yarn on. Ow.
Sorry.
I'm the son of a bottle.
Oh, you think looks so cute, Grayson.
Look at what Yum Yum did.
You better not get in that car without giving your daddy a hug and a kiss. Where? I love you. You have a fun day, okay? And I'll see you. I love you.
We love you.
Have a good day, okay?
Bye.
I'll see you at 3:30.
I'll see you at 3:30.
There they go. First day of school. First day of school ever for Griffin. And this is Grayson returning to public school after homeschooling for 3 years. This sucks. So today is the first day that my boys go back to school, if you hadn't figured that out already. I'm already kind of a little sad and upset. I've homeschooled them for the last 3 years, so I've had them with me all day, every day for 3 years, which is truly a blessing. Like, if you ever have the opportunity, I don't want to say blessing because it's a connotation, it associates and affiliates you with certain denominations, so on and so forth. But I can't think of a better word to describe it. And having to accept and give that up after 3 years is really, really kind of harder than, I guess. I knew it was coming. I knew they were going to go back to school, and I know they've only left the house 16 minutes ago, but I'm just having a tough time with it. I feel like in some ways, you know, in some ways I feel like it's a really good thing. Like, not just for them, but for me. I mean, like, I've gotten to the point in my life with work and other things I do that it makes it kind of difficult to do both. However, somehow I managed it through the last few years. The last year was kind of rough with my mother passing away and pets dying, and it was an awful rough year. And this, I should feel good about this and great that they're gonna go to school and meet new friends, but I don't like it. I don't like having them right in the next room so that I can go in there and hug and kiss their faces whenever I want to. So this is going to be a rough day. So stick with me today because I could use it. All right? Thanks, guys. Well, I'm trying to fill the hours until the kids get home. The dishes are done. I've folded some laundry and I put some laundry in the washer. I put some other wash in the dryer. I guess I should probably clean myself. Alright, well, now I'm clean. And it's only 10:25. Vacuuming is done. Just trying to pass the time till 3:30. Miss you, boys. Let's eat some cereal. I thought, well, we got a few more hours before I can go pick up the boys, so why not take this opportunity to review these Oreo O's? Not a bad idea, huh? I think it's a pretty good idea. Kill a little time. Okay, so I've been sitting on these for quite a while. I just haven't had the time or really the desire to just do another food review. It's not that I don't like doing them, it's just I feel like maybe you guys are getting bored with them, maybe they're not the best, I don't know. Why don't we bust into these Oreo O's? I guess you couldn't call them Oreos because it's already Oreo. Let's give them a little whiff. Hey, they smell like Oreos. How crazy is that? I forgot a spoon. I'm gonna have to get a spoon in a second. Let me go get a spoon. Ugh. Something sticky on the chair. I think it might be jelly. I'm not sure. Oh, man. Let's try one of these first without any milk. I think I'm gonna enjoy them a lot better with milk, but... How do they do it? How do they do it? How do they cram the flavor of an Oreo, including the cream, into the cereal? Pretty good. Alright. You know, cereal is just sugar and some other flavor usually, so. Look at this. This comes from Super Happy Value Family Time. It's one of the weirdest milk containers I've ever seen, but it's the first milk container that I've been able to pour out of without actually spilling it anywhere. Look at it. It's a smart design, and whoever thought of it, God bless you. Let's let these get a little soppy while we're waiting. You know me. I like my cereal just like I like my cookies. Soft. It's weird that this is just day one and it's not even over, but like it feels like, I don't know, when the boys are home, it's not that I'm not doing all these other things like dishes and laundry and so on and so forth, but it's the fact that all the in-between times are met with other challenges and other things that need to be done. Feeding your children is one of them. Taking them out of the equation today, I found it to be, I don't know, not that they're stressful children, they're great kids, I love my boys, but the need to always be on hasn't been there today, and it's made me really anxious feeling. Anxious for them to get home, anxious as in I feel like I should be doing something else at that time, but to be completely honest, I have been really busy today. I have been on the phone with people, I have been doing stuff for Lynchburg Does. I've really been busy today. I've kind of kept myself pretty well distracted, and as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to run to the store because I need more milk and cream for coffee. All right, let's give these a little whirl. I don't think they're fully saturated, but we can't just wait here all day. Not bad. Well, they feel just like Fruit Loops. I'm sure they came out of the mold. This is Post. This Post, it must have something to do with Nabisco. I don't know. Not familiar with all the subsidiaries. You know, if I was sitting around and watching a movie, I think I would eat these. But as a cereal, like a lot of cereals, the milk takes the flavor out of it and kind of puts it in the milk, which is nice, because then I'll have some nice Oreo milk when I'm done. That's what they need to market. Oreo milk. One more bite. Well, as far as cereal goes, it's not a very good cereal. The milk just tore the flavor out of them. It was pretty strong before. It's not very sweet. So if you're not into a super sweet cereal and you like your cereal and milk, which I imagine most folk do, then this is probably the good route to go. I'll never buy these again. This is another thing out of nostalgia. I remember seeing these on the shelf, I don't know, maybe 20 years ago, 15 years ago, whenever they were out the last time. So I felt kind of obligated to buy them. Plus having that Oreo logo on it. Although I have gotten to the point where I'm seeing a lot of things with Oreo logos on it. Like, remember the little cheese cracker things? Well, now they've got an Oreo one. You dunk the Oreo sticks into the cream from an Oreo. Seems like a waste of time. Like, I can just get an Oreo. There it is. I'm done. I don't have time to be dunking shit. So, alright. I'm not even going to score these. They're okay. They're good. If you like Oreos, they definitely have the flavor of Oreos. If not, then don't buy them. Alright, well, I guess I'm going to go to the store and try to kill some more time before I go to pick up the kids. I'm going to get me boys. First I got to lock the door, and then get the mail. Then I'm going to go get my boys. Door is locked. What do we got in the mail today, kids? Bills and crap. Actually, I think I might have a check for like $4 from You Promise. I signed up for it years ago and totally forgot about it until recently, and the other day they said they were going to give my money to the government, so I said, no you're not, you're going to give it to me. So now begins the waiting process. This is always the line. There's already somebody behind me and cars ahead of me. That's the only problem about being a student that gets picked up. You gotta pretty much wait forever to actually get picked up. But it's better than waiting on the bus for like over an hour and a half. Now, I was running a little low on funds this week, and Carol gets paid on Friday, and I should get paid again on Sunday next week, which is fantastic. But right now, there wasn't much in the bank. Anywho, last week I had gotten an email from You Promise, who is an organization that you, for purchases you make or cards that get swiped, I'm not sure exactly how the hell it works. Nonetheless, after X amount of time, you build up money, and I guess you can put it towards maybe a college fund or something like that. But they said that they weren't going to do that, and that I had to do something with it, or they were going to give it to the government. And I wasn't going to let that happen. I don't like the government taking my money. It's my money. So I said, send me a check. And that check came today. It's not a huge check. I mean, $32 to some people is like, great, I got a $32 check. To me, it's like, oh my God, I'm rich. I can make it to the end of the week, which I don't often do. The reason why you guys haven't seen a show yet, or any of the performances, actually I could post, there's another guy, his name is Lee New, who recorded about half of the show and put it on YouTube, and I downloaded it, and he said I can use it. So I may just put it all together and put it out there. I don't know yet. I'm also waiting for this other girl, Heather, who recorded the show, a good majority of the show. She's got footage for me, but she was just doing the Lynchburg 48-hour film festival, and she hasn't had time to upload her footage. So as soon as I get all of that, I want to try to compile the three, mine, Lee's, and Heather's, and try to produce something that looks a little bit cooler than just a one-angle shot. So it's kind of like a wait-and-see type thing for now. Right now I'm just waiting to see my boys, and I can't wait to see them. And then we're going to go see their mom, who's pretty hot, I've heard. This is like the worst setup for like picking up students too. Like the parking lot's right here, so I've got like two cars next to me that thankfully they're not trying to back out, but even if they were, there's literally nowhere I can go.
Literally?
Like there's a giant truck with a dog in front of me. I thought I was actually being pretty good about leaving when I did. I was going to leave at like 3:20, which was 9 minutes ago. I ended up leaving, I don't know, about 3:15, 3:16, right around there. Because I thought, you know what, it's the first day. I know a lot of people are probably thinking the same way I am, like, how long is this line going to be? I just hope everything went well for the boys today. I'm really nervous. I think that they have the knowledge that they need to be where they are in school, and probably a little bit beyond that, but we haven't practiced it in a while. It's my fault. I can't blame, my mother dying or pets dying. Like, I allowed myself to get into a funk, and then life just got really busy on top of all the shit that went down last year, and the year before for that matter. It's been a rough few years. But there were times that we could have been learning more than we did. So I can't put that on all the things that have happened to me. And I don't like when people do that anyway. So with that being said, I hope they're ready for where they are. And I know if school's anything like it was when I was growing up, every year would start out where you recap basically what you were doing last year. They'd teach you it all over again, which is kind of a nuisance and a pain, especially for the kids that kind of are ahead and ready to move on. But I remember it wasn't until high school, I'd say, that new shit came to light. Before that, it was basically, it's just recapping, and then towards the middle of the year, I felt like, they taught you a little bit more, showed you some new stuff or whatever. And then in high school, obviously, you get a little bit more specific with geometry or calculus or wherever your field lies. I was fortunate enough to go to a local, regional, vocational high school that taught you art, and so half of my time was spent doing art in high school. Actually, way more than half. Probably a third of it was scholastic, and I still did terribly. I was good my freshman and sophomore year, but junior year and senior year, especially math, we started getting to things that I had no interest in, and I knew no matter where I went in life, I was never going to find myself in a job that was going to require a lot of the things that they wanted to teach. I don't know. It's hard. It's I feel for teachers, and I feel for schools. This school is a school for innovation, so they teach languages and a bunch of other things that you don't get at a normal school. I guess not a bunch of things. I don't know the exact description of what makes it a school for innovation. But I think they have some specific things that kind of they lean towards. And so that's nice. But another thing that the innovation schools have that the other schools don't have is free breakfast and free lunch. You can just show up and get it. And Griffin this morning, Carol went in with him, and he wanted a banana. So he went up to get a banana, but they said you have to take a whole meal. I assume that's a funding thing. If they don't spend the money, then they lose it or something like that. So, but the cool thing is you don't just throw the stuff away. There's a table for extra food. So if you don't finish something, not if you finish something, but if there's parts of your meal you don't want to eat, then you can put it on this table. Not directly. You put it on a tray on a table. But I just think it's great that they have free food here. Especially, it's tough when you're a kid that can't afford to buy lunch, so you end up getting either reduced lunch or you get free lunch. They used to do it in a way where you'd have a chip or a card or something, and I think the cards helped out a little bit because when you were going up with a card, you didn't know what kind of card it was or anything like that. You basically were just swiping the card. But with any other form, it singled out kids that don't have a lot of money, and that sucks. And I think it's awesome that at least the school can provide free food. I still feel, however, that schools should be providing all the supplies, and teachers should be paid 4 or 5 times what they're getting paid now. I know to excel at something you should get paid more, but I think about our sports stars and our entertainers, and I love being entertained, and I love baseball, and I love football, but their salaries are ridiculous. And I'm not saying teachers should get paid what they're getting paid, but if you've met in the middle somewhere, I think that's a little bit more reasonable. Actually, if we all just met in the middle a little bit more, I think it would make sense for everybody. Nobody's doing great these days, so it's not like nobody's doing great. Okay, we're moving here. We're in motion. Okay. I'm gonna put this down until the boys are ready to come out, because if I don't, I'm gonna end up running into the back end of somebody. I'll be back with my boys. I'm gonna fire this thing up again right now because they just came around and they were asking the names of the people in line for the students. So I don't know if they send them to the car. I would think hopefully they would at least walk them to the car. And I would have no problem even just getting out and going to get them inside. I would be perfectly okay with that. But like I said, the parking situation's so messed up here, you might end up getting stuck longer than you would if you just stayed in the line. And if I didn't have my camera, I would just leave it in the car and leave the car running and go get them. But I see the first guy has picked up, the guy in the white truck has picked up his child and or children. So I'm seeing brake lights. Looks like we're going to be moving again. This is exciting. I don't want to miss them coming out of the school or getting into the car. You know, it's those first time things. Like Grayson, I mean, like, he's been to school once, but this is like Griffin's first day of real school. Like, he's visited schools before, but he's never attended school for education purposes. So, like, this is the first time he's coming out of school for the first time. I hope there's a big smile on his face instead of tears, because he's going to break my heart if he's sad. There they are. I'm going to get them. Okay, here they come. Here's my beastie. Hi, buddy. Hey, Grayson.
This was so fun. And I made a new friend.
Yeah?
Here, can you put these somewhere?
Let's go get these. Here, let's get in the car.
Here, Daddy.
Okay. Hang on. Okay.
I made a new friend.
Yeah?
Where do I put this?
Just put it in between the two seats for now, okay? Did you guys have a super awesome day?
Yeah, super awesome day.
Did you have a good day, Griffin?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's drive. You guys want to go see Mama?
Yeah.
Alright. I'm so happy to see you guys. I miss you guys so much all day long.
Is Mommy going? Yes.
No, she's at work, but we can swing by and see her. Tell me about your day!
It's so fun. I went to a playground for recess, Daddy.
Did you?
Yeah, I went to a playground and I played sharks and minnows for recess.
And I played Go Fish.
How do you play sharks and minnows?
We were just out on the road, but where no cars could come.
Oh. I thought they just sent you out on the road and you had to dodge cars or something.
Like the cars were sharks and you were minnows.
And if you got hit, you lost. Which sent you into the shark's belly, which would be the hospital.
Yeah.
Did you guys do any actual schoolwork today, or did you just get to know your teachers and
Yeah,
learn
we did
things?
schoolwork.
Did you?
Yeah,
Did you do good, you think?
yeah. I have homework.
On your first day, they gave you homework?
Yeah.
Fuckers! Griffin, did you do any schoolwork today?
Yeah.
Did you feel good about everything you did?
On one, I did everything right.
Oh, good, good. Did you bring it home with you? Do you have it in a folder or something?
Yeah.
Okay, I can see it when we get home. We'll go say hi to Mama. I gotta stop by the bank just to deposit a check real quick, and then we'll go home. We'll do homework. Homework. That's what you do when you get home.
We just finished school.
All right, let's go in.
I walked into. They said to go to the. They said to go to the library.
Uh-huh.
But then I saw a griffin in the cafeteria, and I was like, wait, why the library? And so I walked into the cafeteria, and and they had said go to the library, but for some reason we went to the cafeteria
Yeah?
and not the library. And
Oh, they didn't take Grayson's stuff?
what?
They didn't take your stuff out of your bag?
No,
You were supposed to leave that stuff at school, honey.
I
I didn't know. Where's your bag? Where's your lunch sack?
Me?
You might have to go get his lunch sack.
Mm. Okay. Griffin, it looks like they took all your stuff. That's a good thing.
Do you know where the pencils are?
Well, it looks like day one went off without a hitch, so that's pretty exciting. And I think you guys had a pretty good day?
Yeah.
Good. I had a lousy day without you guys. Anywho, thanks for watching this. It's been an interesting day, and I'll see you a little further on down the road.